Saturday morning. A bit blowy, but it's not too bad. We had 8 degrees last night. It's supposed to be summer, 8 degrees. It got to 30 something yesterday afternoon. We were doing stuff in the hothouse in the garden, and yesterday afternoon was really nice. Today is really nice too, but we've had some cold nights. 8 degrees last night, which is totally unusual. It should be this time of the year maybe 20 degrees overnight, and we got to 9. Anyway, we haven't seen the plum trees yet. We spoke about Mrs. Mack's plums, her plum sauce and her plum jam. So let's go and meet the trees. Yes, well, I suppose you're wondering what this thing is. No, it's not a Sputnik. It's got open and close, and believe it or not, it's a compost bin, and you roll it around. It used to have a little base that goes under to keep it from doing that. But somebody ran over it with the ride-on mower and is in the doghouse. Well, was in the doghouse, but I wouldn't bring it up anyway. But there you go. That's what that is. It's actually a compost bin. Normally they're square, or they look like a piece of mesh, which we've got those too, but this is a space age. They use these on the moon. There you go, compost bin. Yeah, what you're looking at first up is the apple tree with apples. You can just see them there. Some apples there. That's our apple tree. Not a big one. Mrs. Mack planted that a few years ago now. And next door, we have the plums. And these they're not quite ready to go yet. There's still a few on that tree. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apples. 5 plum trees down this fence. Yeah, I suppose I'll have to apologise about the lighting, because we've got big clouds coming over and changing the light, so we have to keep adjusting the camera. I don't even know whether you can see me, because we've got the plum tree. Oh, you can. Anyway, the plum tree here, lots of nice plums on it. Oh, that's about ready to go, that one. Looks good. As I've mentioned, we've got a few plum trees down here, but this one here, this is the sucker. It's actually hasn't got any plums on it, and it's growing right up against the fence. That's going to have to come out. This is the plum tree that it sprang from, so that's coming out, but there's other plum trees down there. Some of them haven't been pruned quite properly, but that doesn't matter. They still produce. Even this one hasn't been pruned properly. We should get the centre out of it so you could actually get there, but or get up and pick them. But yeah, so we've got, these are the plums that Mrs. Mack does the plum jam and the plum sauce with, and I'll show you exactly where it is in regards to everything else. I'll just turn the camera around. I'll show you where everything is. Okay, we're looking down towards the end of the plums. We'll swing it around. Hang on, I'll just make sure I can do this cinematically if I can. And there is the hothouse right there. And I'll sneak under the camera if I did. And then we'll come around, and here are the chooks right in here. There's a story about these birds too. Yeah, there is a story about these chooks, but you might notice how the light's changing. There's a lot of clouds coming in, and it looks like we're going to get rain. The temperature has dropped, the wind has picked up, and so we may get rain fairly soon. But these chooks, they're amazing. A lot of them will actually, now in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chooks actually in the hutch itself. They feel like they want to lay eggs, and they go in and don't come out, and they die. So what I do when it's feeding time, when I get the grain and bring it in about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I have to put the gloves on, because I've had gloves actually ripped off. You get in there and the chooks peck at you, you pull them out so they can get something to eat and something to drink, and you keep them alive, because they'll just sneak back in. Now I think you can see behind me how the clouds are coming in. and the light has changed, and it looks like we're going to get rain. There's some very dark clouds floating around. Unbelievable, but it looks like rain. So we might turn the hose off. I think Mrs. Mac is coming out to turn the hose off anyway, but yeah, so we could be in for a spot of rain, which is totally unusual. Weird weather we're having.